Hey.
Hi, welcome.
Hello,
Welcome to
family.
the live. Today I have two special people with me, Serenity and Mish, and they are the facilitators and the founders of Amara Sanctuary. And if you do not know what I'm talking about, I'll say last month, the beginning of December, I was invited to do a 5-day plant medicine retreat in Tulum, Mexico, in the Amara Sanctuary, and it was amazing. And I'll also share my journey each day of what the retreat was about, and just all the feels. And welcome to the live. And yeah, and so today I wanted to bring Mish and Serenity to my community because they are hosting another retreat, Amara Sanctuary, and that's going to be January 22nd through the 25th, and we will give more detail throughout the live. But I wanted you guys to meet them because knowing you guys has changed my life in ways that I couldn't imagine. So I would like for you guys to introduce yourself. Tell us what got you into plant medicines and what was the purpose and intentions of creating Amara Sanctuary.
Thank you for that introduction. So
Thank
much.
you, Stephanie.
Would you like to go first?
Yes, I can start first. So, my journey started around 6 years ago in Bali, where a friend of mine introduced me into medicine. So it's the first time I worked with mushrooms, and she told me about her experience, and I said, that sounds interesting. So, and then, she gave me some medicine, and I directly started with like a hero dose. So basically my first journey was like a hero dose, and I did it alone, and I did it actually in my house. And the first time I directly experienced like an ego death. I would describe it as an ego death, and it was quite intense. But then, I got more curious after the journey. Like I said, wow, this journey made something with me. It changed. Something changed within me. So I got more curious and read about medicines and how I can use them really like with intention and in a ceremonial setting. So first I used the medicine for my own healing journey, and at one point, after a couple of years, I got the calling from the medicine that it's time to serve the medicine for other people as well. So I had done my own inner work, and so I hosted one-on-one ceremonies or couple ceremonies. So this is basically my background. And then I got called to Mexico, and on the second day I directly met Serenity, and from there on it was clear we are here to live this purpose together, because she was actually the missing piece on my journey. And at the same time I worked also with several other medicines and holding space, but I always called someone in to really doing full proper retreats together. And from there on it was clear this is our life purpose. And this is basically my story, how I got called to Mexico. Basically the medicine brought us together.
Oh, thank you for sharing. That's beautiful. So I'm Serenity, and I was called to the medicine because my childhood was a bit challenging, to say the least, and I knew that there was some serious blocks that were preventing me from moving forward in my life. I didn't necessarily know what they were, but I knew there was something. So I went to see someone that could speak to the spirit guides. I'm actually a spirit guide channeler now, but back then I wasn't. And I asked for some guidance, and I was told that I needed to do a deep spiritual cleanse for my bloodline, which I didn't really know what it meant back then. But I did listen, and I said, what do you mean by this medicine? And they said ayahuasca. So that was in 2015. 2016, another country, again, I saw another person who was in Romania, and I asked the same questions, what's blocking me in my life? And she said, you need to do a deep soul cleanse for your lineage. And I said, what do you mean by that? And she was like, you need to do something like ayahuasca. So that was the second time. Immediately I booked my flights and I went to my first retreat in 2017, and I did 3 ayahuasca ceremonies, and she started healing the traumas that I had from when I was a child. And when I came to Mexico and I started the journey here, it was so powerful and so beautiful with this particular shaman. The medicine told me, you have to start with retreats. You have to start bringing people to this medicine for their healing, for their personal growth, so they can experience this incredible land, because it's a very powerful portal. And that's what I did. 6 months later, I started my first ayahuasca retreats, and that was about 3 years ago. And then as soon as I met Mish, we both had the same divine mission. We both knew it was time to create the rebirth retreat, and that's where we are now.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing, like, what got you started. Someone made a comment, I want to do this so bad, I need it. Thank you, Corinne, for being here. Stick around. If you have any questions, like, please ask. We ask of you, like, any questions. We would love for you to do it too. That's why we are here. And if you've been following me, you know I have not stopped talking about my plant medicine journey since I left, like, last month in December. So this is something that I believe everyone should experience one time in their life. And I've coined myself as a plant medicine advocate, because the healing and the revelation and the remembrance that we can receive from nature, from the plants, has blown my mind, and it is my mission to talk about this more and to be a part of the movement of plant medicines. Because when I shared my journey with all of you, I just wasn't sure how you would receive it, because I know that these types of topics are taboo, and there's a lot of, and I didn't realize how many people are into this until I start putting my journey out for everyone to see. And y'all were so loving, so supportive, and so many of you were sharing your experience with me. It just inspired me more and gave me more courage to continue on each day with the journey. So I just want to send my love to all of you that sent me a message and just sent positive words, because I know it was the love and the energy that you sent me that helped me get through it, and helped me get through my heart, because that's what this journey is about. So what made you decide, when you came together, to create Amara Sanctuary?
Do you want to share first?
Yeah, you can share it.
So we didn't decide. It was already written in the stars. As I said, the medicine called me to Tulum. I was living the last 5 years in Bali. The second day I arrived, I met Serenity, and we became best friends instantly. We hang out the first week each day and become really close. That's amazing friendship. And then Serenity got the message, actually, because she's like a spirit guide channeler. We have to do this rebirth retreats together, and we both knew we always wanted to do this divine mission with someone else. So basically the mission started and everything was like channeled through us. Even like the name Amara was channeled. It's not something we made up, like it came through us. And actually Amara is like Numerian light language, and Amara means the eternal journey of the soul. So everything got channeled through us basically, and we knew instantly that this mission is divinely guided. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are so many opportunities to do plant medicines all over the world. in the sacred lands, even in places like Tulum, but there is nothing quite like the rebirth, and it's called a rebirth for a reason. This is one of the most powerful portals for transformation that you can find on this planet, because it is channeled. We work directly with the medicines, we work directly with the divine, and we were shown exactly how to put the medicines together. Everyone that comes on the retreat, they're working with their higher self and the divine. They're not coming alone. We are holding a sacred space for them. And the other thing that was super important for us is that we've run very, very deep healing journeys, and healing doesn't just have to be hard or painful. We have both experienced with certain facilitators like our shaman that it can also have so much beauty. So this is what we really wanted to create with Amara. We wanted the rebirth retreat to be deep healing, but with so much beauty, so heart-opening community, with the flowers and the candles and Mother Earth, so that you're smiling throughout the retreat. Even though you're doing this deep healing, you're happy. You're the happiest that you've been, and by the time that you leave, you float out of the retreat with family, with your highest version, with all your healing, with all these tools that you can take with you to create your highest timeline.
And you know what? When y'all first reached out to me and I had that conversation with you, and you were like, I guarantee you gonna change and transform. You gonna come out there like a butterfly. And I was just like, okay, girl, all right. Like, I was just like, how does she know? Like, she can't determine that. And you were absolutely right. By the time I left the retreat, I was floating around like a butterfly. Like, I was so happy. I was dancing. I was singing. And at the same time, I was also purging the parts of myself that no longer served me. I was also purging like the traumas from my generation and bloodline. I was doing all of that, but at the same time, I was so happy and I was so light. And it was like I truly remembered who I was. I truly remember who I was. We say this, but that's what I received. I think where we left off was just if you had anything else to share about who Amara Sanctuary Plant Medicines, who would benefit from that. And Mish, you were the last person that said something.
Magic.
So I talked a little bit about magic. That if you have done this journey and work with plant medicines, that your life will change completely. You're not the same person anymore, and you will invite the magic into your life. New doors will open for you, and you will see that there is way more that you can ever think about. There is way more. You can connect to so many different realms. The medicine is showing you so many things, and so much beauty and also so much healing at the same time. And basically you will raise your frequency and you will attract completely different things, so much more beauty in your life, and also probably attract different people, your soul family and people with the same frequency. And this is why we founded Amara Sanctuary, or like it got channeled to us, to create this movement for people who actually looking for this magic, to want to invite the magic into their lives.
It's heart-opening.
Yeah,
really
it's so hard.
Would you like to add from your experience?
As far as like how it benefits,
like the magic, the heart-opening.
Yeah, I've went into the fairy realm when I was in ayahuasca. Like when it finally just took over me, and I was no longer afraid, because I was scared. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. But once I surrendered and allowed ayahuasca to just take care of me and show me what I was ready for, then because like when we first was doing ayahuasca, I was exhausted because, we couldn't eat all day. And I just remember being so tired and so hungry. And we were going to stay up all night. When you said 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I was like, I just don't know if I can do this. But once I surrendered to the medicine and the music, when the music started getting more upbeat, then I just was dancing, and I just remember the fairy energy. I didn't realize that's what it was until you told me, but I just came alive, in the ceremony. It was just like, it was just like the fire came into me, nature, the fairy, the goddess. It's like it all just came alive in me. And yes, it was, everything was magical. Everything was so serendipitous. Like, it was just, yeah, I definitely will say it was a magical, ethereal, heavenly space that we were in. It was like you didn't want to leave because it was just so pure and so much love and so much togetherness while we were all going through the journey. And when you think about that, that's life. We literally are all going through this journey in life, and we act like we're not. But we all are going through the journey of life together. But in Amara, it was like we're all going through the journey of life together, and this is amazing. And I want to carry that in my everyday life, that we're all going through this journey together, and it's amazing. Okay. I hope y'all can hear, because it's very breezy. That's what knocked out the connection. So press 1 if you can hear. Okay, so the next question I have for you is, what would you say to someone who feels the call but is afraid, they're not ready, or they're a little unsure?
You go first.
One of the most important things about this journey is that the blessings and change are always the other side of fear. When you're going to do anything new, anything on this planet, there's a feeling of being afraid. And there's so many people on this planet who feel that fear and then just don't do. They don't follow their dreams. They don't move to the country they've always dreamt of. They don't start the business they've already wanted. And it's very, very sad, because actually if you feel that fear and you do it anyway, that's when the magic happens. That's when your dreams happen. That's when you find the community that you love, or the business that you've always dreamt of, or the health that you've always seen yourself having. So I really recommend that if you're feeling the call, and you'll know because you'll be hearing, plant medicine or Amara or Tulum, or you'll be hearing the call, that if you feel that call, you just embrace it. Yes, I feel the fear, but the other side of fear, this is what I want. And rather than concentrating on the fear, just keep focusing on what you want. Because if you are brave and you are calm, you come here and you do the rebirth retreat, you are going to get here, and your life is going to be completely different, because you'll no longer be holding on to the things that are stopping you. You will release those, and then the world is your oyster to create it.
Beautiful said.
Would you like to add?
Yeah, just that, leaving your comfort zone, because there's the fear of the unknown. It's completely normal. We all have that. But let me tell you that as soon as you leave your comfort zone and you're doing this 5 days with Amara Reverse Retreat, you're coming out as a completely different version of yourself. And there's so much more beauty on the other side. You can't even imagine, and just, I always say, give it a try, give it a try, do it and see if it's working for you or not. And if it's working for you, just continue your journey and give it a try, yeah.
It's definitely going to work for them, 100%. So this rebirth retreat, like we said, it is channeled. You're not coming on your own. You're coming as your higher self. You're coming with your spirit guides. You're coming with the divine. We are going to hold space for you, but the medicine and your higher self is the one that's really doing the work. So you are guaranteed, and I will say this always, guaranteed to come out the other side, your highest version, because it's you that knows that you are worth it. You are worth to have a happy life.
And if
Everyone
it,
deserves it.
yeah, and if you're feeling like this little spark within you, like curiosity or whatever, this is your soul is calling for this journey. You made this contract already before you came here, but then you just decide to follow this call, the invitation from life, because life is on your side. Life always wants to see you winning. Plant medicines are also on your side, you know, they are a gift from Mother Earth to raise your frequency. Or you still can live in fear and follow this path, but then probably there will always be so much resistance, and just embrace the fear.
Can I add something now?
Sure.
So just for those people that obviously don't know who I am, and I was actually an early years teacher in a school for 8 years, beautiful schools, and my entire role was to nurture, support and care for children, and I love children. They're just the most beautiful divine souls. But plant medicine called me, and there's so many people that are walking around with these traumas inside them that need to come out, and they don't know how to release them. And this is where plant medicine steps in. It helps you to release those traumas. And you know that in the rebirth retreat you're going to have incredible souls like Mish guiding you through the medicine, and you're going to have people like me supporting you through that. Like, we literally hold your hand through the journey. You're never alone. We're available 24/7, whatever you need. You want me to hold your hand? I'm holding your hand. You need a hug? I'm giving you a hug. You want to talk? I'm there to talk. And the same with Mish. And this is why it's a very different experience. You're going to be held all the way through by the medicines and by ourselves. And soon you can share that later. No surprise. All the way through to the other side. And even after the retreat, we speak every day as a group to everybody that came on our retreat, because we are tribe now. You're never alone. We are going to stay together as you go on this higher version of yourself, as you integrate it into your life. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
And I will affirm that, because since meeting y'all have not left my life yet. Like, y'all hit me up in September, and y'all have been a beautiful integration in my life since coming to Playa del Carmen. I'm just so surprised with how everything is unfolding. And I will also add on to, how do you know? Because I didn't know that. When anybody brought up ayahuasca or any type of plant medicine, I'm like, nah, that ain't for me. I would never do that. Like, I was like, I would never do that. That was my identity. I would never do that. And then before I left Hawaii, I started getting curious about mushrooms, because I had a friend that she was into them, and I was just like, oh, you know, I might would do that one day. But that was just a thought, because I didn't have anybody really around me that was partaking in those things. So it was easy for me not to, experience it. But then when me and my family decided to leave Hawaii, it was a lot going on. It was a big transition for us. Like, my husband, he ended up being let go of a position that he had at this company for 6 years. Like, then we were deciding to already leave Hawaii, and then it was just a lot of disruption and a lot of change and a lot of endings that was happening. Well, with me being a professional astrologer, I already kind of knew what was happening. I was just in awe that it was happening, because I'd speak these things like, oh, we're at a year 9, oh, things are ending, oh, the snake and the horse year. I knew all of that, and I knew that my cycle was starting over as a life path 1, and as a collective we were all going into a 1. So I knew that, but I didn't realize how that was going to unfold for me. And so it was a faith walk. I was so scared. I was so scared when I think about how scared I was back in June. I was so scared, but I was like, I trust it. I'm going to go on this journey, and I know that I'm supposed to get to Playa del Carmen. I do not know why I'm to leave Hawaii. I just know that it's time for me and my family to venture out. And that's all I knew, but I was I was so scared, like crying every day, because I was just like, I don't, and we didn't have no income coming in. It was just our savings. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm about to make this move, like, and we did it. So when I got to Playa, something in me was like, girl, you just faced your fears. It's time for you to start facing your fears. It's time for you to really tap into your courage, because you did something that most people would not do. And I was like, okay. I said, I'm going to start doing it. If it scared me, I'm going to do it. And so then I started doing like different things that I would never do. I did, what's that thing called? Where you going down?
Zip line?
Zip line. I did zip line. I was terrified. I was terrified. I like was in tears the whole time I was going down. I was just like, come on, let's go, let's go. I was like so scared. But what that experience taught me and showed me that I learned in plant medicine was that you need to enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. You got to go on this journey. Enjoy it. And so I was just like, okay, I just wanted to be over with. I just wanted to get this over with. And even when we moved, I just wanted to get it over with. So then when I came here, everybody was talking about ayahuasca. I kept meeting people like, yeah, I did ayahuasca. Yeah, I did mushrooms. I was like, good for you. And it's like, well, when it's time for you to do it, you'll do it. And some of my friends had shared their journeys, and I was like, okay. But coming here, people were really talking about ayahuasca and, in plant medicine. So I was like, okay, good for you. And then I received a DM from Mish, and he was just like, yeah, and I did say I wanted to go to a retreat, and people was coming to me, were like, you should do retreats. And I was like, well, I would like to go to a retreat before I start holding retreats. And I just was saying that to people, and then Mish hit me up. He was like, we want you to come to our retreat. And I was just like, and then he was like, it's a plant medicine retreat. I'm like, and I was just like, I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you saw my video? And I was like, which video? And I was just like, okay. And I said, I guess we could talk, because you just never know with people that is in your DMs. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to have this conversation with them. Got on the call and spoke with y'all, and I knew it was an immediate yes. And I didn't tell y'all that, but I was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And I don't know why I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this. And I don't even think I fully understood what I was about to do. I just knew that it scared me a little bit, but I trusted y'all for some reason. And I was just like, I'm going to do this. Like, and I had a friend that I was able to talk to about it. So she like consoled me with it. Like, yeah, this sounds legit. And, yeah, I can't say that I did anything that made me ready. I just knew that the medicine knew I was ready, and it came to me. The medicine knew I was open. The medicine knew that I was tapping into something. The medicine knew that this was the next logical step in my becoming and remembering. And everything just came together. I didn't do no research. I didn't research no medicines. I just spoke to my friend because she holds retreats, so I just wanted to tell her about it. But I trust her, and she was like, it's legit. And I just can see the medicine was like, yeah, you're ready for this. And if you're watching this and you're curious about it, you're ready for this too. Like, because that's the only reason why you're here listening to me now, is because you're in alignment to this, and it's nothing you can calculate. It just, like, y'all agree? Yeah, it's like this.
It's a frequency.
Yeah.
It's a certain frequency.
And also your higher self has already decided. So that's why it was a yes without you knowing why, because it's your higher self that's telling you you're ready.
Yeah, and everything had to line up for me to believe that I was ready. Like, because like I told y'all, last year was rough. Last year was rough for me internally. And yeah, and the medicine was like, oh, she ready. Like, the medicine's like, she ready. She about to do this. All right, so
thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. So I got one more question. What makes Amara different from other retreats or ceremonies that you've seen or that you know of, or just what you want people to know? What makes Amara sanctuary different, and where they would like to consider coming to Amara?
So first of all, the way how we work with the medicines you can find nowhere else. So we're working with 4 different medicines over the 5 days. I know it sounds a lot, but this is actually channeled. This was not our idea. We got this channel from the divine that we have to use the medicines exactly in this sequence, and also the medicines working hand in hand together. So let me a little bit explain about the days. So basically the first day is all about opening the heart, where we work with sacred cacao and optional like microdose of magic mushrooms. It's all about celebration of life. We have an amazing musician, we have a cacao ceremony, we celebrate, we dance, and so many people don't even know that their hearts are closed. So, but I guarantee you, after your first night, after the first day, your heart will be completely open. The second day is where we work with, it's considered the strongest medicine on the planet.
Really?
This Bufo alvarius, and it opens your energy field. It's like a completely reset of your nervous system, of your body. Your soul is leaving your body, going back to source, and you will experience oneness. This is what most of the people describe. But it opens you up because it's so powerful. It opens you up. So the second day is all about opening up your energy field, your body, and then the third day we are working with the grandmother medicine, ayahuasca. I call her the surgeon. So she is really pulling out all your traumas. She is connecting you to the heavens. She's showing you what you're ready to see, to receive in this moment. And this is like a 6 to 8 hour ceremony where we actually work with the best shaman I have ever experienced
On the planet.
on the planet. And trust me, I have done a lot of ceremonies and I've sat with a lot of shamans in my journey. And he plays the most incredible music. It's called medicine music on the planet. He plays 15 different instruments, 4 instruments at the same time. And through his music, he can bring you to the higher realms. It's not just the medicine. He actually clears, he channels the music. Everything is channeled, and all this in combination makes this journey so special and profound. So not every shaman, not all ayahuasca is the same. No, this is really, really, really special. So when we have done the work after the third day, we want to celebrate again on the fourth day with the grandfather, the Vachuma, where we basically anchor all the experience back to the earth. Vachuma is a really light, heart-opening medicine where we connect to the elements, where we celebrate your journey in a really, really beautiful way, again with a musician, and connecting to nature and to yourself, to the community. And I would say this is like really, really special. We couldn't find any other retreats around the world who offer this sequence of medicine. So this is definitely the first thing.
Yeah,
Do you want to add
absolutely,
something?
yeah. So obviously there's medicines available all over the world, and technically people could just do the same order. However, to get the same impact that you would get in these 5 days normally would take over 2 years. And I know this from personal experience. The difference with this retreat is, yes, we have these medicines in this order. However, the facilitators, the musicians, the medicine men, the shamans are the best of the best. And I say that from my heart. We've experienced many, and each one of them plays such an important role. And like we mentioned before, it's not just the medicines. You are coming with your higher self. You are coming with your spirit guides. You are coming with the divine. And together you are going through this process. And we both love beauty. We love beautiful, like, things to see, beautiful sounds, beautiful smells, beautiful everything. And this was very important. So when you're on this journey, you're going to see the stars and the moon and Mother Earth and the candles and the flowers and these beautiful smells, these elixirs, like everything to keep bringing your vibration up.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have said, oh, it's too many medicines, the body won't be able to cope. It is divinely guided, and we have living proof of every single person that's been on our retreat, that we do it in such a sacred, beautiful, nurturing way that after each medicine, your nervous system is at peace.
Yeah.
We are teaching you, when it's the heavier medicines, we are teaching you how to come back to center, how to find the most beautiful foundation, happy place that becomes your default in life. We teach you how to spot the patterns of your nervous system that will try to keep taking you back, so that you are aware and you bring it back to center. So you are having this practice and this tool that you then can take into your future life, because you have 2 weeks of your neural pathways that are activated, and you can retrain your nervous system, you can retrain the patterns, you can create the version of yourself that can live this higher timeline. And that's a super important part of it, because we want everyone to come out of the retreat not only happy then, but with everything they need to continue this journey to the highest version of themselves.
And maybe also to add, we also building like a community. After, I always say, you come as a stranger and you leave as a family member of Amara. So we also creating community that probably lasts forever. Family, like, you becoming part of a movement and sharing your journey with so many other beautiful souls, and creating these beautiful friendships you're probably always looking for, and really like on a soul level. Because if you share this experience, this vulnerable experience with someone else, this creates such a deep bond. What we see is so beautiful. It's like long-lasting friendships. And maybe Stefan, you can share a little bit, if when you have seen like all the kind of medicines, how you felt before and how you feel after.
You know, like I feel like I went into it naive, but that was good, because I was like, well, I'm gonna take some medicines. I didn't do the research on Bufo. Enough people talk about ayahuasca. I went into it open. If I want to be more kind to myself, more open, because I'm like, sometimes I feel like being open and a little naive removes judgment. Like, I didn't have any judgment. I didn't have anything where I'm like, well, I saw this and it said this. Like, I didn't bring any of that to y'all, but with a willing heart, and because my heart was willing, y'all opened it. Y'all was like, here you go. Like, so when I look at it, I'm like, man, I was really brave. It was really brave of me to do that, because I know so many people might hear that and get a little intimidated by it, that there's all these different medicines. But the way that you guys really facilitated the ceremonies, each one, it wasn't too much. And I will say that you guys are really good at what you do, because you could see, like with me, like I was open. I was really open. So when it came to ayahuasca, you were like, we don't know if you need that much. Just take this, because and at first I felt I'm like, man, I'm weak. I can't do it. But y'all knew exactly what I needed. Like y'all could see. Because, you know, some people, everybody's journey is different. And some people, they got a lot of stuff, but, you know, that's going on. And with me, I didn't really understand, but you guys saw that, and y'all knew exactly how far to go with me. Like y'all wasn't, it wasn't like a race or anything or ego. Y'all were like, no, just a little bit. And I like that, and it makes you really trustworthy because y'all don't have anything to prove. Y'all just want people to have the best experience that they can in remembering themselves, and y'all are just the vessels. Y'all are just the y'all. It's and that's how it felt. It felt like y'all were just the vessels, and y'all allowed the divine to really use you. Y'all really did. Y'all, and I just met y'all, and I was just like, I am like surprised how much I trust you. Like that's the thing, right? That's the gag right there. It's like I don't know these people, but I trust them with my life because because it wasn't you that I saw. It was the divine that I could feel and see through y'all. So that's what I trust, you know. And y'all just completely open and surrendered to that. And I think that is really important for people that hold these spaces, is to really do the work yourself and then allow the divine to use you, because man, the work that you guys are doing with Amara, I'm just in awe. I am so thankful. I'm so happy that I get to be a part of that. And I know it's going to change the lives of so many people in the world. So to answer your question with the different medicines, like, I'm so happy that I got to experience it. So if you feel any type of way about the different medicines, you are speaking to you are hearing from a person that's never done anything. Only thing I might have did was like marijuana or something, but I was a clean slate, and I was able, and I'm 5'2", 125 pounds, I'm a little person. I was able to handle those medicines with also you administering to me what was for me. And I never done any of it, never. And I was able to receive the medicines and come out on the other side even more expansive. And, you know, so that's what I would tell people. Like, you don't have to be an expert of this, or even just, if it's for you, it's for you. And I believe that how y'all did it was perfect. It was a journey. Y'all took me on a journey with the mushrooms, with my opening my heart. You know what it was? It was connecting me back to my heart. My heart was like, oh, there you are. I'm glad you could. I was like, there you are with my heart. But it was just like y'all, the cacao and the mushrooms, it connected me back to my heart. And when I felt my heart, I was crying because I missed it so much. You know, I missed it. And I was like, oh, they're proud of you. Yeah, so you know. And then I just realized, it was just so much realization because of my closed heart, you know. And then the next day was buffet for breakfast. And then, yeah, I got to go back to source, and then I got to feel the ego. I got to meet my ego, and my ego was just, I'm not happy with you for that. Like, you know, but it was just like, but that's what we needed. And then I was able to, like, really be with that and get to talk to, and what was nice was being able to talk to everyone else that got to experience it. And, being able to feel something so intense, because like you said, that's like one of the most intense medicines. To be able to, I love my body so much that it allowed me to feel something so intense and hold it. Like I love my body for that, because that was really intense, and I needed to remember the intensity in that, how I can hold it in my body. It's like, because you know, sometimes in life we want it all pushy and cuddly and soft, but sometimes we need to feel the power within our bodies and how strong it is. You know, I love that. And the ayahuasca, it was like, that was beautiful. That was love. That's what it was for me. Remembering love, falling back in love with the oneness, falling back in love with nature, falling back in love and in the healing and it was in the visions and just it's just like that was
like your feminine essence,
yes,
your goddess,
feminine.
So you're dancing,
yes, and like just the sensualness and everything, and just like, and I got to see visions too, but that was just like, that was like, yeah, keep going, and like, and a lot of revelation. And then the last day was grandfather, was the Washima, and that was like, okay, baby, you did that. You don't have to carry what you've been carrying, and just love yourself and love your life. You did that. And it was just, it was like, it literally was like a journey. And then when my husband picked me up, I literally was in tears, because I was like, I went through the journey of my life, and my reward is my family welcoming me with roses. And I just was, yeah, it was a literal journey that you guys are taking us on. And I don't know if that's how it is with other retreats, or if you just did other medicines. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but I'm saying, like, because you've been through different ones, but I'm just saying that's my starting point. What y'all gave me was like that's a you know what I mean? Like, I started up there. And I'm like, that's the standard. Like, oh my gosh, you guys created a standard. That's what, to me, you created the standard.
Oh, you did. You're the one that did the journey.
Well, yeah,
you just held the space for it.
Well, your space is the standard. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are probably curious what actually has changed in your daily life. How do you approach life? How do you relate to life, or how you move through the world right now?
That's a big question. Okay, get back into my body. So now, how I approach life now is with love. I approach it with love, no matter what, and and knowing that everything is perfect the way that it is. And I'm starting to, like, what the journey did for me, it just confirmed a lot of things that I knew, but it allowed me to feel it. Like, we know a lot of things, we understand a lot of things, we had ChatGPT and all this, but to feel your power, to feel the remembrance, to feel joy, to feel freedom, and nothing is going on, there's nothing happening, but you have tapped into what freedom, joy, love, peace, where you stand right there. That, and then I got to see myself in like the most divine, elevated way, with my gifts and like singing and dancing, and my hands have healing powers. Like, it's like a channel. I always say I'm a divine channel for light, but no, I literally got to see me channeling the light. I got to see. So it's like I got to feel and see myself at my most aligned self, and it's something that is here. So it's not something like, oh, I can't reach it, oh, I can't explain it. No, it's here, so I'm able to see it here. So because I got to feel it, I know what now, as a Sagittarius, I know I got my arch, and I know what I'm aiming at now. Before plant medicines, I'm just doing this. I'm just like, oh, I think this, oh, I think that. Now it's like, no, I know where I'm aiming for. Boom. So it gave me an anchor. It gave me an anchor, like a direction of where I'm headed, and what that looks like and what it doesn't look like, and just bringing more compassion for myself and for everyone around me. because I understand. I used to be where you're at, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Because I'm like, no, I gotta tell the world about this. Like, everybody gotta know about this. They have to experience this. But that's where I. If I'm answering your question, because there's so many things.
So many things.
Yeah. So if I answered the question, like, if I didn't, let me know.
So it sounds like my promise when I said to you, I will promise you that this 5 days will change your life completely.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a big order. Like, that's a big thing to say.
When I reached out to you.
Yeah, like, hey, abundance. They always say don't make any guarantees, right? So no, these two were like, no, we guarantee it. We know. And I'm like, okay, but it's true. It is true, but I also believe that it's true because I came there open and willing and ready to let it be true.
You followed the call.
Yeah, I followed the call. I went with it. I didn't resist. I was in it. I committed myself to this in the medicines, and I think deep down I wanted it to be true. I wanted that. So, and that's what I got. That's what I received. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if people come and they feel the call, but they're not really that open to it, they will still have the biggest life-changing experience ever. And even like some of the people said to me, we came and it's like everyone in Tulum, they're all so happy and it can't be real. And they're like, it is real. We've experienced it. Our heart's open. Wow, people live like this. And then after the retreat, you've come to the cacao ceremonies and everybody is so happy and their hearts are so open and everyone's so kind. It's just a different way of living. It's a higher way of living. And it's, life doesn't have to be so painful and so hard.
It doesn't.
There's actually, once you heal and you come out the other side, there's so much beauty and joy and connection. We're just so blessed, and you can be blessed. Like anyone who's ready to be happy, have their heart open, this space is for you.
Yeah, and if you don't want to be happy, if you don't want to feel joy, if you don't want to feel peace, if you want to stay and not knowing who you are, then don't. Some people don't want peace and freedom.
That's true.
I promise you, y'all, that's what you will get, and that's amazing.
It's probably, it will be the best investments of your life.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
If you have 5 days available, it will change your life completely.
5 days, you have 5 days available. Yes, the 5 days are worth it. 5 days are worth it for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have any?
We're so blessed. So blessed. Thank you so much for sharing all your story. It's so amazing. I love that. Thank you so much.
So maybe a question could be like, let's ask, what helped you feel safe and supported once you arrived and entered this ceremony with us?
Mushrooms. I will say when I first got there, because when I made the decision to come to the retreat, I was back in September, right? So that's October, November, and then beginning. That's like 2 whole months. So I was like, I'm going to retreat. I'm going to retreat. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And so then the last month, the 3 months leading, not 3 months, 3 weeks, so 2 to 3 weeks before then that's when it hit me, like, oh, I'm going to a retreat. Because I had to start cleansing and preparing my vessel. So then it became real. But then things also started happening naturally, because once I made the decision, the retreat started in that conversation that we had. So then, it was like each week, I'm like, oh, the retreat, and I'm just, if you saw that video that I made where I was like, I'm going to, just the energy that you see of my face, I was just so distraught, because it was just so much energy.
It's normal to feel like that.
Well, then plus it was just everything I've been carrying. And when I look at that video and see myself now, I'm like, it's 2 different people.
Yeah.
But So then the day up, I was just like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? I was like, when I got there, I was like, that's when it got real, and I was like, what did I do? Like, cause I'm very open-minded, I'm always doing stuff, but then that was when it hit me, like, what are you doing? And so then you came like, hey, and then my family was with me, and I did not want them to leave, because I was like, because when they left, that's it. It's the seal's closed. So then I was just so nervous. I was just I'm like, I don't know what I just got myself into. But then the evening when we did the cacao and
you saw the mandala.
Yeah. But even then, I was still, yeah, it was when we were in the ceremony itself with Ricardo, and then the mushrooms hit me, and then at first, I'm like, what is going on? Like, it was just uncomfortable to be in my body, and then that's when you came and you held me, because it was like, but then once the music and the cacao and the singing, I was like, this is the best decision of my life. I was like, I'm so glad I'm here. I'm so happy. And even that night, I called my husband and my friends. I was like, y'all, I'm so happy I'm here. This is such a great decision. I am so happy. Yeah, so yeah, I was like, this is a great decision. So yeah, it was the cacao ceremony.
All I need.
Yes.
Is here.
That's my
favorite song.
Yes, they know that's my favorite song because I posted on Facebook. But yeah,
so beautiful.
And that was the song that carried me through my journey.
Yeah.
That was the song.
Thank you, Ricardo, if you're listening.
Yes. Well, I don't know if he's on Facebook, but yeah.
I'll send it to him.
But yeah, so yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you for sharing. But even with the mushrooms, the way that it's done with Mish, it's completely different. If you have mushrooms of other people, because you're so intentional with everything he does, everything, even the cacao, he makes it so special. Even with the pots for the mushrooms, how it's served, with the flowers and the music and everything, so uplifting, and that is what creates the beauty and the heart opening and everything. This is a vibration.
Yes.
So you create a vibration, and then we continue it down, and the vibration keeps getting more and more and more until everyone's hearts are fully open. Like everyone comes and they're a little bit like closed like this, and then you see like the music and the stars and the moon, and then everyone's like bodies are becoming open, and the dancing with the music and the smiles.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes my heart so happy to see people so happy.
Yes. Yeah. It was really amazing. Okay. Do you have any more questions?
No, that's it.
I thought you had 3 questions.
I did.
But I think the first one we answered already.
Oh, okay.
So a question would be, so basically asking everybody, so like if you're feeling the call, you've never been out of the country, you've never been to Mexico, you've only seen what's in the news, because we all know that they don't want everyone coming to Mexico. How safe do you feel in Mexico?
I feel very safe. When we came this time, because we came to Mexico like 8 years ago, and it seemed like it was harder to get in then than it is now. You can just come right on in. There's not a lot of paperwork, but it is very safe here. Like, there are more women and children here walking the streets because they want, I don't know what the media is saying, but here in Playa and Tulum, they want us to come here. They know they have to make it safe and accessible for us to want to come here. They can't be like, we want you to come here, but your life's in danger. Like, no, Tulum and Playa. I'm in Playa, they're in Tulum, but I can speak for Playa for sure that it is super safe. And with Tulum,
the happiest people, Mexicans have been voted the happiest people on the planet, and I can
Yeah.
say 100% they are so kind and so welcoming. And if you like senses, if you love the smells and the colors and the beautiful views and the
Yeah.
Caribbean, then this place is divine. Even the
Yes.
greens of the jungle, like look how many greens there are, the butterflies and these beautiful animals I haven't seen anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. And you see that at the retreat.
Hummingbirds. Yeah.
You remember that? Was you there when the hummingbirds flew and just stopped there and looked at you, and it's like, and they fly away? Like the hummingbirds would just come, like they had consciousness or something. Like they'd be like, "Oh, who are you?" Like, yeah, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to Tulum and Playa. It is very safe. I love it here. I almost love it more than Hawaii. And Hawaii, I love Hawaii, but I really enjoy living here. We live here. So we can say, like, it is very safe. Traveling here is perfectly fine and perfectly safe. There's nothing to worry about. Because I know that is, a hesitation for some people.
We have a lot of people that are coming that have never been out of their
That's
country
true.
before, ever.
That's true.
Never ever been, but they're so cool to come and change their lives. They're coming on a flight and they've already chatting to their sisters, their new soul sisters. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, it's really. So is there anything that you would want to share that we haven't shared yet, or that you haven't said anything that you would want people to know?
So if you have 5 days available in your life, our next Amara Rebirth retreat is on the 22nd of January. It's like 5 days, 4 nights in the most beautiful jungles in Tulum. It's a private sanctuary, and where we doing this rebirth, and I guarantee you it will be one of the most amazing experiences of your life.
And there is a reason why we picked January. So our last retreat was in December, which was the end of a 9-year cycle. It was the year of the snake, for shedding everything that no longer serves you. And now we're moving into year 1, the year of the horse, the most powerful time for manifestation, for changing your life, for jumping timelines. So we knew we had to do the retreat in January. So you too, if you come, you can jump on this incredible
Fast
energy that's just going to catapult you to your new life super fast. And you work with astrology, so you know about that.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
So if you have any questions, you can follow us on Instagram. It's amara.sanctuary, or on Facebook, Amara Sanctuary. You can always reach out to us if you have any questions, or directly message Stephanie. She can connect us, or we're always happy to have a connection call. If you have any questions, we're always there for you. And
Yeah, we get to know every single person.
We'd love
that's
to
coming
welcome
on our
you.
retreats. Yeah.
Now, if they can't make it January, and if they really want to go,
Yeah, we do have a very small retreat. We're doing a very small. It's a rebirth, but it's just for a handful of people on the 25th of February.
is that already filled?
We just have a couple of rooms left on this one and the next one.
Oh,
so this one is slightly bigger.
Okay.
So the next retreat is a very small retreat.
For
so
the
have,
January one, we have 2 rooms left.
Okay.
First come, first serve. And I think for the February one, just 3 more rooms left.
Just 3 more. Okay. All right. So, yeah, because I wanted to make sure, like, if that was still available, the February one. Because don't let no reason be because it's too soon or whatever. But as you see, that ain't that much space left. So.
And this will be probably our last retreats here in Tulum this year before we heading to Europe and doing our work there. And we have so many beautiful other projects in the pipeline, which we will share later on.
Which are for people that have been on our retreats already.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're doing powerful things in Europe, because once you finish the healing, that's when the real beauty starts, because that's when you can start being activated into the really high dimensions and timelines and everything. So that's where we'll be heading this summer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm so thankful that we connected
grateful.
and that I got to experience this. And yeah, and if you feel called, if you have any questions, you know, you can send me a message, and I will also put their IG handles. So if you do want to go over to Instagram to connect with them, you can do that as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank
from
you.
all of us. Like, we're so grateful for your time, and we would be so honoured to welcome you one day. Like, I feel like we know you already, so we can't wait to meet you in person, either on a connection call, video connection call, or hopefully at one of our retreats in January or February.
Yes.
Send you blessings.
Bye.
Bye.